Hello, I'm now on the Ginetta Owners Club stand with David Doolan. Good morning, David, and welcome to Classics and Restoration Show 2017.
Thank you.
So, could you give me a little brief description of the cars you have on the stand, please?
Yeah, it's the show this year. Over on our left here we have a G26, and we're doing some work on that at the moment. That's having its rear axle changed. In the middle here is a G15, which is undergoing complete restoration. And that's been owned by one of our club members for more than 40 years now, and hopefully that will be up and running again for Ginetta's 60th anniversary, which is next year. Then on the far side of the stand we have a G21 with a V8 conversion, and that's fitted with a Rover 4.2 V8 engine, and again that's owned by our membership secretary, and currently being reshelled after an accident, and again that will be up and running hopefully later this year.
So how you said the club's been running for 60 years?
No, Ginetta have been running for 60 years next year. They started in 1958 by the four Walklett brothers. They sold the company in 79. It went through a couple of management changes then, and then in 2005 Yorkshire businessman and racing driver, successful racing driver Lawrence Tomlinson took over the company, and it's really gone one way since, to this year building a Le Mans LMP1 car. The club itself started by a bunch of enthusiasts in the early 70s, like a lot of clubs started. Just a few enthusiasts got together talking about these cars, printed simple newsletters, and it faded a little bit. Then there was a resurrection in the 80s, and to where we are now, which is quite an established club within the classic car club fraternity. And we are lucky because a lot of British car manufacturers, sports car manufacturers, are no longer in existence. But Ginetta has survived, and has survived continually for 60 years, and is still building racing cars. The company started by the four Walklett brothers in 1958. They sold the company in 1979. It then went through two management changes, and then in 2005 the company was bought by Lawrence Tomlinson, a Yorkshire businessman, entrepreneur and successful racing driver. He took the company over, introduced two new models to start with, a G40 and G50. The 55 followed, there was a 60, and now there's an LMP2 car plus an LMP1 car which will race at Le Mans.
I mean, very successful racing, isn't it, now? The Ginettas, the series are going really strength to strength. And they're bringing young drivers in as well, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they do the support to the British Touring Car Championship. So there's the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup and the Ginetta Juniors, which has proved very, very popular. And it's good TV. There's always lots of action. So with respect to that, Ginetta do get lots of TV coverage now.
So what about yourself? What do you own?
I own a Ginetta G32. It's like all Ginettas, it's quite a rare car. Some Ginettas only built one or two. I've got a Ginetta G32 convertible. We're not sure exactly how many made, but we think probably 12. Mine is the first one, and it was the press car. I did have the coupe as well. I've recently sold that again to another member. But yeah, my current Ginetta, I like a lot of classic car owners. I would never sell it. I do like it. And because of its rarity as well, the chance of seeing another one on the road, very, very slim.
And of course, I should imagine that parts are quite easy to get hold of.
Yes, and again, like with a lot of classic cars now, it's easier now to find parts than it was 20 or 30 years ago. And certainly for Ginettas, most parts we can find. We were lucky that Lawrence Tomlinson donated to the club all surviving body panels, all the moulds. So we do have moulds going back to the G2, back to 1958/59, certainly up to the G34. So we're looking at now the 90s. So all those, we're lucky to have those now, so we can get body panels if we need them.
Well, thank you very much for the interview, and I hope the rest of the show goes well for you.
And thank you, it's nice meeting you.